This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura Integra for only $289 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
There's just one place where you can take $10,000 off the 2025 Acura MDX. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not 24,000, 20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayum is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayum, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayum can help.
There's just one place where you can drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty! We are headed to 100,000, baby. Just a little over 24 hours ago, it touched 89. Silly panic fools. Silly panic fools. Silly panic fools. Investing is for adults. Tricks are for kids. Okay? Man, what is wrong with you all out there? XRP's tearing ass. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. I like it. The inflation numbers came up a little bit. Shocker. We're not going to have inflation. I was just telling a friend of mine the other day, I was giving her the doom and the gloom about what's going on. I'm like, I'm sorry to be negative, but it's coming. It's just a matter of time. I keep telling you guys, we'll be at 120 before you know it. Okay. All right. Anyway, all right. What else do we have? We got a bunch of stuff. And by the way, I will do some crypto shows today. I've just kind of, I'll be honest, I've just been feeling lazy. I just haven't felt like doing them. I'm not big on the whole negative stuff because to me, there's nothing negative about it. You just got to hang in there, and walking people off the ledge, it's just not my thing. But today I won't have to do any walking off the ledge, so we'll be good. So, because I'm tired. I did it throughout the bear market during the show, and I'm just not going to do that all the time. If I need to walk you off the ledge, you're not really for this kind of, that kind of deal. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, folks, here on the show. Got some Dolphins stuff. Somebody you guys are going to miss. I mean, it's a sad day. It really is. We've got Jimmy Butler meeting with Pat Riley and telling him he still wants out. So we got to address that. Panthers won yesterday. Heat back in action. The Canes still suck. Basketball, it is. So got some stuff to talk about NFL wise. I went to the movies last night with the wife. Went on our date night. Because Tuesdays the Regal Cinemas have like a discount on movies. So we went to go see Den of Thieves 2. I got to tell you something. I really enjoyed Den of Thieves 1. It was cool. It was fun. It was a nice twist to it and everything. Den of Thieves 2 does not have nearly the amount of action. It is slow, and it is, even at a discount, it's not worth going. So just in case, if you were planning on seeing Den of Thieves 2 because you enjoyed Den of Thieves 1, I saw Den of Thieves 1 actually, on a platform for free. And then I told my wife, we'll go see 2 in the movie theaters, since 1 was really cool and 2 did not even live up to 1, not even close. So if you enjoyed 1, I don't think you're going to enjoy 2. It's not worth paying, put it that way. I wouldn't pay for it. And we wasted a little bit of money yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So all that. So we did that. That was fun. Went to the falls. I like going to the falls. That's a pretty cool little mall to hang out and walk around. But man, by like 8 p.m., 9 o'clock, that mall is a ghost town already, man. That was like it was empty yesterday at that time. It was like maybe 8 people in the entire mall or something. I would imagine that most everybody was in the Apple store, and then that's it. I don't know where else because I didn't see anybody in anything else in the place. It was crazy. Even when I got out of the movie, the churro place was closed there, and I'm like, wow, this is not the falls that I used to remember that had a little more life in the evenings. But anyway, just to give you a little heads up on Den of Thieves, just in case, if you enjoyed 1, 2 wasn't even close to 1. Nowhere near the neighborhood. What do we got here? We got Jeff in Long Island, number 1. Jay Gelfin is in the house. It's National Bagel Day, he says. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you. Hit that like button, folks. Smash, smash, smash. You got 75 watching already and 28 likes. Come on, let's go. 50 of you are there without even hitting the like button. So please smash it. Get it out there, man. Get it out there. Bill McCraney, that's a name I don't see much on this chat board. He says, thank God McDaniels and Greer finally opened their eyes. Now, if Ross would just open his eyes and shit can those 2 bums, we will be great. They need to retrofit the team back to the 70s culture. That all sounds well and good, but they're all here to stay. So we move on. I get the complaints, but They've made their decisions. So, and we kind of told you that's what was going to happen. There shouldn't be a surprise, really, that they made no changes. Jamie Zorrilla celebrating Hump Day. Ray Sosa, Bill Johnson. NorCal is in. The Skylar is falling. I know things are bad here in South Florida, bro. Captain Saki is in. He says he's off today, unfortunately in bed with a bad flu. Dude, I hope you feel better. Get some rest, man. Still smashing the like button because you're a fucking stud. Thank you. He's out in Tarpon Springs. Captain Saki even watches the crypto shows. I don't even know if he's into crypto. I have no idea because I've never even heard him comment on crypto or anything. But I'm getting the feeling he's not. He's just like such a good dude and loves our platform that he watches even the crypto shows. Maybe he's learning. Who knows? Maybe he's doing a little. Maybe Captain Saki is a whale. Ha! That's what it is. That's why he's always in the ocean. He's a whale. I figured it out. You're not getting past me, Captain Saki. I busted you. So Saki is a whale. That's why. He's probably got more Bitcoin than all of us combined, except for Ocala Joe. Of course. Nobody's got more Bitcoin than Ocala Joe. I mean, he's got more Bitcoin than BlackRock. I mean, that's strong. One-Eyed Jack is in. Dolphin Don, Sneak Attack, Gus 1388, Alexis Palenzuela, Jeremy Dorset, Bosom Jeans, buenos dias. Nyborg is in. Dorset, Big O, I would have drafted Brock Purdy over Skylar. You wouldn't have drafted jack shit. Nobody would have drafted Brock Purdy. He was the last guy. It was when you're the last guy, it's like, oh, all right, who's on the board? Oh, there's a quarterback, man. Let's take a quarterback. What the hell, guys? You never know. I mean, this guy, what the hell? Go ahead. Come on. Who are we kidding here? It's the last guy on the board. Everybody's left the draft room already. They're all tired. Half of them are peeing. The other half are taking a dump. They're gone. They're history. Some of them are already in their cars. It's like the last guy that's left, and like the sucker that's left, like, yo, you got to make the pick. We're out of here already. Yeah, I'm not sticking around for this bum. Come on. Like they draft him going, yeah, we got our starter. What else do we have here? Looks like a conversation. John Esslinger, thank you, sir. Very kind. Adam Pinkser. Rojas is in. He's smashing it. And the like button, too. Horn Dog. Giovanni says, let's have a great day. Thanks, Owen Sean, for making it at least a 2 to 3 hours of our day awesome. Well, that's very nice of you. It's very nice. So Sean that makes it awesome, not me. Jonathan Cago. Papa is in. Ray Varnegas, Skylar Tipton. Chicago is too damn cold. That's what I've said about Miami the last couple of days. Bro, losing the weight? Holy shit. I get cold easily, bro. I had a big fat-ass jacket yesterday walking around the falls just so I wouldn't be cold, and I was not cold at all. It's like the jacket I take up north when I go travel. That's the jacket I was wearing yesterday. Forget it, dude. Like, it's terrible. I am cold all the time now, man. All the damn time. Sucks. Really sucks. Let's see. Which Big O movie theater? I went to, what is it? It's a Regal. It's the Falls, like I said. Went to the Falls. What's my Super Bowl prediction? Chiefs over Detroit. That's what I'm going to go with. Chiefs over Detroit. Jay Slim. Thanks all. Always saving me Bitcoin. Damn right. Damn right. Did we hit 100 already? Like, it's not a big thing now, you know? We're at 99,519 now. But we don't even take 100 like, did we hit 100? It's like, you know. Let's see. Horn Dog says, "Oh, you're the second person I've heard say this about Den of Thieves." Damn. Yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed the first one. By the way, O'Shea Jackson, cuz you need to start fasting. Holy shit, he added like 50, 60 pounds from the last movie. That's the one thing that stood out to me right away when O'Shea Jackson came out. I was like, whoa, dude, what I lost, you gained. Damn. Let's see what else. Lance McDonald. Skylar is gone. He will have the last laugh when he goes to the playoffs. Yes. Yes, and wins a Super Bowl and everything. Skylar Thompson is going to revive his career and lead the Steelers to 3 straight Super Bowls. So it's going to happen. Did you see Gladiator? I have not seen the new one, so I have no idea if it's any good. I heard it wasn't as good, but I have not seen it, so I don't know. You know, and I don't plan on going to it because I'm afraid it's not going to be good. What Top Gun Maverick did is rare. They do this a lot. See, Den of Thieves is not. That's a new movie. But when they try to go back into time and try to revive something, it's hard. And you try to recreate that magic. And it's really, really hard. So I almost feel like that one's going to be tough. By the way, speaking of trying to recreate the magic, because you didn't do it in 2 and 3, Alien, the original Alien with Sigourney Weaver is fantastic. 2 and 3 weren't that good. They tell me Romulus is actually pretty good. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys could give me a little scouting report out there. Anybody seen Alien Romulus? I heard Alien Romulus was actually pretty good. I haven't seen it yet. And you know why I haven't been in a hurry to see Romulus? I might be because 2 days ago they told me it was pretty good. But Aliens, whatever it was called, 2 and 3, whatever, it wasn't that good. After 1, 2 and 3, it just got worse and worse. You know, it felt like watching that Raiders of the Lost Ark with Sean Connery and that really bad one. That's like number 4 or 5 or whatever it is. You know which one I'm talking about? Something with the skull or something, Skull of Dooms, or I don't know what the hell it was called. But it was terrible. It was fucking terrible, dude. That one was horrible. And so that's where I sometimes fear. But they tell me the Romulus one is actually pretty good. So there you go. So I don't know about the Gladiator, or you could give me the Aliens one too. Is it any good? Lance McDonald is in. Emilio Narvez is smashing the like button. That's right. Smash, smash, smash. We got up to 53, but 109. So we're at halfway. Come on. Smash it. It's sad to see the landscape of Miami and greater Miami changing so much. The Falls was a great mall for sure. It's a shell of itself. Yeah, and I like it too. I don't know why, but it's got good stores in it. Adam says, freezing my ass off here in Indianapolis. God, I would be dying in Indianapolis. And remembering those warm nights going to the Falls as a kid back when they had Bloomingdale's. Yeah, remember that? Pat in Asheville, Gerard Butler is going to be very surprised when he watches today's show. Yep. By the way, he's fantastic in his role. Okay? In both movies. I will say the one thing that I like in the second movie is Gerard Butler's character. Okay? Character. That's it. But the movie itself, it's slow. It's just, it doesn't bring the oomph that the first one had. The first one was good, man. I enjoyed the first one. It was an entertaining movie. This one was not an entertaining movie. Too much storyline. Frankie Fresco is in. Let's see. He's got some hope if he develops. Yeah, it's a good one that, if he develops, but is there a chance? Probably not. You see what he is. The logo's background, still dark background, funeral. Yeah, it's just I don't feel like getting rid of the curtain. I just haven't felt like it. Yeah, that's all. Remember, it's whatever I'm in the mood for. So if I don't feel like doing it, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Sean goes to me the other day, hey, I forgot what it was. You were running late for something or something. And I told him, bro, we run the bitch. Don't worry about it. You be safe. Just get to the place, and that's all we worry about. Be safe. I don't give a shit about anything else. The show starts at 10 or 10:15 or 11 or 11:15 or 11:30, 12:50, whatever, bro. The show will start. I'm not worried about it. It's life is too short to worry about shit like that. Adolfo Foliaco, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, I'm not sure how do you feel about the Finns fans picking up on Herbert to lift Tua up. I think Herbert fans, specifically the media, put Tua down in the beginning, so I'm okay with this. Adolfo, do you know my opinion? I've never been a Herbert guy, period. From the draft. It's all on video, my brother. I don't need to pick on Herbert now. What I see from Herbert is what I thought I was going to see from Herbert when they drafted him. What I've seen from Tua is exactly what I said in the draft. Expect him to get injured. He can play. That's the one thing. I know this kid can spin the ball, but his injury. Now, what I did not know is that he's actually like stupid. Like he seeks contact. Like that part Marvin Harrison, Warwick Dunn, Mike Vick, Lamar Jackson, Ted, did I say Ted Ginn already? I mean, like I've watched players throughout the history of time that try to play the game and avoid contact. And they play positions of contact. Do you know what it is to be Warwick Dunn and Barry Sanders and to play the game like you're Floyd fucking Mayweather on the field? Because that's what Warwick Dunn and Barry Sanders are. Young Russell Wilson was a dude like that. He played the game and he ran and he knew contact was coming, but he found a way to spin off. You wouldn't get a clean shot on the dude. We got a guy that chooses to take on contact. Of course, he has no ability to avoid it. I don't get it. So, Adolfo, just go back, bro. Watch the video. I thought Herbert was a choker, and he's been soft and a choker. That's what he's been. I've said, Tua, you got to be scared of his injury history. Yes, the kid can spin the ball, but he's got injury history. Take Tristan Wirfs. That's who I would take if I had that pick. I mean, my opinion could not have been a better opinion that day. Better than the Chargers, better than the Dolphins, and better than most of you out there. Because most of you wanted a quarterback, whether you were tanking for Tua or you wanted Justin Herbert. I went with the pick that I thought was the best pick, the guy that I could count on for a career. And I was right. That's all. You know, it's funny. While I'm a Chris Greer, Marvin Allen, Reggie McKenzie guy, Sean, it's like, oh, you're in their pocket. wait a minute, hold on a second. Didn't I say to draft Tristan Wirfs? If I was in their pocket, then I would know Tua's getting drafted. I would have said Tua. I didn't. Did I not say trade X right after the 10 interceptions? They didn't. Did I not say do not guarantee Tyree? And they did. So for those of you that think, oh, no, he must be, he must be in their corner. Bro, there's lots of ways that I disagree with them in certain things. I'm not going to agree with everybody on everything overall. I do think they're better than everything we've had here for 20 years. Plus, where they have screwed up is that they keep hiring the wrong coach that doesn't handle their talent the right way. And so then, and plus they listen to the coach too much because that coach doesn't put any emphasis on guards. They used to because they drafted Robert Hunt. So this guy is like, no, we could teach anybody guard, and that's bullshit. So now they're going to go back to going to find another Robert Hunt or two or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what they have to do. They have no choice. They can't listen to this guy, but that's the problem. They have listened to their coaches too much, and they've got to stop with all that. But to think, oh, I'm in their pocket, just listen to the show. It's not like I agree on everything that they do. And in fact, if you listen to me on the quarterback one, you would have made the right pick with Tristan Wirfs. If you listened to me, you would have gotten picks for X and would have gotten rid of that contract. If you listen to me right now, Tyreek Hill would be a free agent, and you'd be free of that mess. So I think the Dolphins would have been better off, but whatever, bro. You know what I mean? It's just, whatever. I'm in somebody's pocket or, I'm a hater or whatever you want to spin it, whatever you're more comfortable with. Not that maybe I'm just calling it like I see it, and maybe I'm right and maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong a lot. Let's see where we at. Ty in the Bronx, Justice Maldonado. Let's see. We just lost the only competent backup we've had since Brock Osweiler. I love you, Justice. Thank you, bro. Brian Radke. Nyborg is in. Drafting and getting Brock Purdy, the last pick, is like winning a $1 million on a scratch-off ticket. Yeah, basically. Lance McDonald, Danny Gonzalez. Do you think Fields will be a good backup? Why would I? Fields doesn't fit. He has no accuracy. Why would you want Justin Fields? You're just repeating something, aren't you? You're repeating something. That sounds to me like something you heard somewhere else or read somewhere else. Why would Fields doesn't fit what they do here. It's like the Tyler Huntley thing. Made no sense when they picked him up. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? That guy has no accuracy. It's not the guy you pick for this offense. I don't understand anything that Mike McDaniel does, dude. I'm just like, that guy thought Skylar Thompson could play, and he had him around for 3 years, dude. It's embarrassing. So I don't know, dude. I don't know why you would even think Fields. He has no accuracy. You must be accurate in this offense. Deadly accurate. The Panthers won yesterday. Never been into, but always followed the Panthers. I want to get into it and learn the game. Well, go for it, bro. Watch every night. You'll learn the game. They're fantastic. They're the only championship caliber team in town. I could say Inter Miami, but I don't know. I mean, Messi can't, with an all-star team, can't win the MLS Cup. I'm going to be bored this season now watching Inter Miami. I'm going to be at a point where I'm going to go, yeah, this doesn't mean shit to me. Show me what you can do in the playoffs, bro. Yeah, you won in May and in June and in August. I don't give a shit, bro. Show me what you do in October, November. That's what I want to see. That's what they paid you for, bro. Yeah. You need to speed up the season for me for Inter Miami this year. I'm not going to be impressed with the regular season. It doesn't mean anything to me. After you screwed up the postseason, I'm not a fan. But you should get on the Panthers bandwagon, my brother. You should learn. It's the only team in town that does it right top to bottom. Top to bottom, the only team that does it right, top to bottom. The Heat don't do it right anymore, top to bottom. Dolphins have never done it since the 70s. Marlins have no money. So, you know what I mean? Get into the Panthers. It's the only competent franchise from top to bottom. Only one in town. It's pretty scary. Let's see. I agree. Adolfo Herbert is a choke artist. Yeah, that's what he looked like in Oregon. He looked soft. He looked like a mama's boy. Cosa Nostra. Lofi is in. He wants to draft Dylan from the Ducks in the mid-rounds. Frankie Fresco, do you remember Apollo Theater in Hialeah? Yes, sir. Of course I do. Yes, definitely remember Apollo Theater. Skylar Tipton, Gladiator 2 is so damn good. Really? Okay. All right. I've had mixed because I heard it wasn't that good. First Gladiator was far better, you see? I love the first Gladiator. It was really good. True Fin Fan says, I'd rather hit my pinky toe on the corner of my bed in the middle of the night than watch Gladiator 2 ever again. Wow. So, Skylar, you say it's so damn good. Horn Dog says Gladiator 1 was far better. And True Fin Fan would rather smash his toe. And, bro, I hate smashing my toe in the fucking bed stop in the middle of the night. Holy shit, that is one of the worst things out there that could happen. Okay? Outside of a nuclear war, it's smashing your toe into the bed, whatever, stump or whatever the hell it is. Oh, man, that shit hurts. So, I don't know. Skylar. You got 2-1 right now. Hollywood is a shell of itself nowadays. No original ideas. Amen to that. That is true. Pat in Asheville says, Alien Romulus is fantastic. Saw it 2 times in the theater. I was constantly wanting to stand up. It was so intense. That's what they told me, that it was actually good, Alien Romulus. So there you go. And I hang out with you, Pat. I talk with you. So, you know, I've gotten to know you a little bit. I'm going to trust you a little bit more there. Steven Gonzalez. Lofi says a crazy stat I saw was Herbert has already thrown 5,000 more yards than Tua and 34 TDs. Yeah, the stats don't mean shit. He doesn't win anything. 52 years since. Oh, by the way, he's 1-2 against Tua. So, doesn't really matter. Big O, 52 years since the last Super Bowl championship, 41 years since the last Super Bowl appearance, 25 years since the last playoff win, the tortured life of a Dolphins fan. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. Emilio Narvaez, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's it. That was terrible, bro. That was horrible. Oh, my God. That was... When I went to the movies for that one, and I was pissed walking out of that movie. Like, I can't believe I paid for this. I can't believe I sat through this. And I only sat through it because my wife refuses to walk out of bad movies. I, on the other hand, will gladly walk out of a bad concert, a bad movie, a bad play. I walked out of Cats. It was terrible. The first intermission, I fucking left. I was like, what the hell is this, bro? This is terrible. And I left. I left in Lionel Richie. I'll leave, bro. If the performance is terrible, I don't want to stick around. I stuck around for that because she told me, no, let's stay. And I'm like, oh, God. Because halfway I wanted to leave. Terrible movie. Let's see. Big O, we need toughness, which we haven't had in 20 years. Corey, what are you, young? You're 30 years old? You haven't had it in 40 years, bro. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Did you watch them against San Francisco, or you weren't born? You weren't even sperm. You think they were tough? You think in 82 they were tough? Broken down killer bees, they get there and John Riggins is running all over them. Is that tough? Woodstock, is that tough? Was Marino's team getting to the Super Bowl tough? No, it was a finesse-ass passing game with Jay Brophy at linebacker. Not sure what you're watching. Well, you think they're tough because they beat Chicago the next year to break their undefeated record? Then what happened in the playoffs after against New England, bro? They choked like dogs. What happened in the early 90s against the Bills? They folded like a cheap tent. I'm sorry, I must have missed it. What tough? What? They haven't been tough since the 70s, dog. That's when they were tough on the offensive side and the defensive side. They've never been tough after that. They've always been the team that folds in big moments. They've always been the team that chokes in every big moment. So it's 40 years of choking. It's 40 years of failure in big moments. It's 40 years of being a finesse, soft-ass team, dude. Marino's teams were all finesse, soft-ass. That's why all of Marino's teams got punched in the mouth and they went crying like little girls in the corner. That's it, dude. That's why Lippett and Tippett were tougher than the Dolphins. 4 fumbles that day. Okay? That's all you need to know. Patriots weren't better, but they were tougher. And I'll take Lippett and Tippett over all those guys. And that's what happens. So, the problem with our Dolphin Nation is you people live in denial. And you're not even honest about it, about where you're at and what you've been through. Come on, dude. This team's been a choking ass dog for 40 years, dude. A fucking choking ass dog. Every single goddamn time. This isn't anything new, dude. Nothing here is new. It's always been like this since the 70s. It's the only time that they could punch you in the mouth on offense and defense. That never happened again. Okay? You had a little bit of toughness with Woodstock, but you were already kind of broken down at that point. When you got to the Marino era, there was no toughness there, dude. You had a couple of players here and there. That's what they've had for 40 years. You'll have a player or two that is tough. That doesn't mean your team is tough. Never. Just because you have Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor and Tim Bowens doesn't make you a tough team. No. You're a finesse-ass team that could never get anywhere. Why? Because your offense would get pushed around all over the place. And when push came to shove at the end of the year, your defense was already out of gas because they had to carry you all year. And they weren't that great. They weren't the no-name defense, and they weren't Doomsday, and they weren't Steel Curtain, and they're not the Kansas City Chiefs of right now. They don't have a name, but lately we don't give these defenses a name, which Kansas City with Chris Jones, I don't know, should be called something, but they were not given a name. Okay? Hell, they weren't even the Seattle boys. I mean, come on, man. Enough already. So this team has been a choking ass, soft ass team that you punk for 40 years. All Marino teams you punked. Anytime, if you were tough, You easily punked a Marino team. That's all. Because that's all it was, a Marino team. There's never anything else. That's all. So either you're too young and you don't know, but it's been going on for 40 years. And, maybe I'm the only show, maybe I'm the only person in the media that actually will remind you. Because maybe I'm the only guy in the media that's been around and seen it all. But this has been a soft-ass, punked franchise for 40 years. Because that's all we have of our memories the last 40 years. You end up getting punked every single time, dude. Every single time. Nothing new here, bro. Nothing new. Anyway, vamos gatos. Corey, 1990. Horndog says, I didn't want a QB that year. I wanted to build the trenches in the team. I felt we needed to draft a QB 2 years later. I didn't know about when to draft a QB, Horndog, but that year, that pick right there, I wasn't picking any of the two QBs that were there. Even though I liked Tua as a passer, but I didn't trust him with his injury history. And let me tell you something, Horndog. If I know now what I didn't know then, I would have completely trashed Tua. I only was worried about his injury history, but I would have completely trashed him if I would have known that he's stupid enough to think he can take on, collisions and contact. Like that's the part that I can't comprehend, dude. I cannot. Floyd Mayweather has built a career in a contact sport to not get hit. And he gets it. So many others don't. Horndog. Oh, yeah, his fights are boring. No, asshole. It's not that his fights are boring. He's boxing. That's what boxing is. Boxing is you hit and try not to get hit. We all learned, right? The rope-a-dope was not a good thing. What Muhammad Ali used to do, and I think, Horndog, you're old enough, that was stupid. And look what it ended up. He ended up with the Parkinson's. And we're all pretty sure that that's where he got the Parkinson's from. Did Muhammad Ali have to do that? No, dude, he was way better than everybody in the damn ring. He just should have finished people off. This is why Floyd Mayweather will be perfect and his senses and everything will be on point because he ran his career perfectly. And I know the back half of it was strategically how he put his opponents and all that. But if you really watch Floyd in his career, his first half, he fought everybody. When prior wrist injury, he took on people and all that. It was a different Floyd Mayweather. Again, if you don't watch the careers and you don't know it, you won't understand the development and everything that went on. But you can hate him, which a lot of people do, and that's fine for other reasons and all that kind of stuff. Okay, he's unlikable. That's understandable. But his art cannot be ever argued. Ever. And that's why I don't understand this. Does Tua think he's got to be, is he proving something? It's like, is this some stupid machismo thing? I don't get it. Go watch Marvin Harrison. He literally would sit down on the field. Literally sit down on the field. He knew somebody was about to hit him, and he'd sit down. So you'd touch him. Marvin Harrison was not going to take any extra hits for no reason at all. Why? I'll live for the next play, and I'll burn you in the next play for 10, 15, 20 yards because I'm going to run routes better than you can cover me. And that's who Marvin Harrison was. Okay. And by the way, Marvin Harrison had zero fearlessness in him. Okay. Because he'll pop a cap in your ass right away. If you know about his history off the field. That's one crazy dude. Not going to take any shit from anybody. So I don't understand how Tua doesn't get the idea of playing the game and avoid contact, because there's lots of players that have played the positions and sports of contact, and they find a way not to get hit, right? Sugar Ray Leonard learned the first time he walked into the ring with Duran, he thought, oh, I'll fight him at his fight, and he lost. The second time he fought his fight, which was Duran couldn't catch the chicken. So if it was up to me that day, and I know what I know now, I would have completely ripped Tua, because I would have said, no, this guy's an idiot. This guy doesn't have a body for the game, yet he seeks contact. That part of Tua I did not know. I did not know that his ignorance would be that at that level. That's the part that really disappoints me about Tua. He could easily be on the field and be available to his team. He proved it the year before by playing the right way. And for him to do what he did this year, it's one of the most selfish things I have ever seen in my life from an athlete. Put it that way. Because you know who you really are deep down inside, and you refuse to be who you are. So you want to create something you aren't, and you put yourself at risk, and now you're not available, and your team went to dog shit. It is one of the most selfish acts I have ever seen in my life from an athlete, Tua Tagovailoa, and I would never expect that from Tua. But again, his ignorance, he won't even realize that. He won't even realize that. That's sad, bro. That's sad. That's twisted. That's I don't know. I can't comprehend this. Yeah. Really disappointed in the young man. Extremely disappointed in the young man. Anyway, I'm a Shadur Sanders guy, but that Jackson Dart is special. Look at his ball placement. Receivers don't have to break stride too much. Plus, he can also run. You got to draft a guy if you're the Dolphins. You have to draft a guy. I'm sorry. I've been saying it. He put you in this position, and you can't trust him anymore. That's the worst part about Tua. Tua's a liar, and he can't be trusted. So, doesn't matter. I don't trust this GM and head coach to build an O-line, develop a rookie QB. Well, too bad. That's who's in place. So, what are you going to do? Will be interesting to see what defenses do if they no longer have a hill to double. Why wouldn't they have a hill to double? But Lofi, would you like to come tomorrow to Hialeah Park and bet money with me that Tyreek will be here? I don't know. Are you falling for all those stupid shit? They can't trade him. Where's he going? What are you falling for? Of course, you won't show up. You know what I'm saying? Because none of you ever show up. None of you have any balls whatsoever. There's zero guts out there. Every time I challenge any of you, none of you show up. Come on down. I'd love to take your money on the Tyreek Hill thing. Love to take since you're stupid enough to believe any of those stories, please come on down. Maybe I'm wrong. You could take my money. I know none of you will show up. Or, hey, better yet, we could create maybe Sean can be the Cash App guy. You can send them if you can't come, reach out to me. We'll set up the bet. You send the money to Cash App to Sean. I'll send my money to Cash App to Sean. We'll lay the bet out. If you think Hill's leaving, I mean, if you're entertaining that, Lofi, I would love to take your money. Love to take your money. If you're that stupid to believe that, please, I'd like to buy more Bitcoin and take your money. By the way, you can make a donation to the show. Buy an easy bet like this, Lofi. That's a donation, by the way. You would be a donation. But you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Maybe Lofi's the one that thought that, what's it called? Cook was going to be here. They were going to trade for him also. And Taylor also. Yeah. No. Oh, Lofi, you thought Greer was going to retire also, right? You believe in all of that? Yeah, keep going with all those media stories out there. Yeah, they're really hitting on it, aren't they? Or they nail it all the time. One-Eyed Jack. Oh, do you have your eye on a Project QB? Yeah, I do. I've kind of talked about a couple of those guys. Jackson Dart is one of those guys that I've talked about because he's probably a second-round guy. And once I'm in the second round, third, fourth rounds, I'm thinking of it. Did you do a segment on that one when I talked about it recently? Huh, Sean? I don't know if you – did you do it? I don't think so, right?
I'll have to check and see which one because I think it was mixed up with something else. So I don't know if it's part of one or not, but I didn't do one just based on that.
All right. So Jalen Milroe, the kid from Alabama, is a kid that should be considered if he's, I'm talking about if these guys declare. Quinn Ewers, he has not declared yet, right? I think he hasn't declared or he hasn't moved to another school yet, right? So Kyle McCord is another guy from Syracuse. All these kind of guys. Carson Beck would have been a guy, but he now has chosen to go to the University of Miami. And then Jackson Dart's another one of those guys. Those are kind of the names early on that I'm thinking of between the second and the fourth rounds of guys. You've got to take a stab at one of these guys. You have to. The guy you have, you can no longer trust. He refuses to play the game the right way. And he puts your team at risk all the time. So, do it. What else do we have? Tom Stockel? Yes, sir. What do you got, Sean?
No, I think it's under Tua has put the Miami Dolphins in this position. Or what the Miami Dolphins need to do to protect themselves from Tua Tagovailoa. That's the one it's under. Because you went into detail on a couple different options.
There you go. Now you got it. It's there because Sean is always working it. By the way, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation also, which we love that. You can also make a donation through PayPal. You can use the QR codes. True FinFan, thank you for the Cash App. He says, Welker was a Jag coach. Who cares if he got fired? There is zero proof that Wes Welker is a good coach. Zero proof. Zero proof. His unit is one of the worst units on the team. They lack discipline. They all drop footballs. They don't run right routes. New receivers, old receivers. I'm sorry. There is zero proof. It's like True FinFan, like I said the other day, it's the whole Ken Dorsey bullshit. Oh, no, we got to have Ken Dorsey. No, Ken Dorsey's got to be the next coach of the Canes. No, Ken Dorsey's got to be our next offensive coordinator for the Dolphins. No, Ken Dorsey's got to develop the QB. Ken Dorsey can't keep a goddamn job. Can't keep his cool either. And he apparently was ruining one of the best players in the NFL because Josh Allen is a much better player under Joe Brady than he is under Ken Dorsey. But we have this Miami thing. And just because you played or worked at Miami, that's it. You're the second coming. And we've got to have you. And by the way, True FinFan, I don't know if you remember or you followed, but my brother, that when I told Canes fans that Ken Dorsey would be lucky to be a 7th rounder in the NFL, they lost their freaking minds. We had a GM come out and just basically trash Ken Dorsey and say he's not even a guy at that time. None of us said his name. Now I can say it was Charlie Casserly. I'm there at the combine with a whole bunch of other reporters. We all agreed not to say Charlie Casserly. Years later it came out or whatever, but that's it. It's like, yeah, no, he can't play in this league. And he was right. And Canes fans lost their mind. And this whole Miami bullshit. Just because we didn't get to see the career he had in New England here in Miami, which again, if you're an intelligent fan, do you think Wes Welker ever has the career in Miami if he stays here? No. Do you think Wes Welker even has any consideration for Hall of Fame if he stays here? No. Wes Welker reached the heights he reached because he went to New England and played with the best QB of all time. If he doesn't go there, he doesn't become Wes Welker. It's the part that some of you Dolphin fans don't understand. Part of why he became Wes Welker, it's because where he went. If we would have kept him here, no. He probably would have left a couple years later and, instead of the 2nd and 7th rounder you would have gotten nothing for him because that's so Dolphins. But any Dolphin that thinks that Wes Welker would have had half the career in Miami that he had in New England, you're out of your mind. But just because of that, he's got to be a great coach. But if you look at the body of work, dude, there's nothing impressive about the wide receivers. So it's all Miami bullshit that people just invent, and they just kind of, lie to themselves. It's like it's the oddest thing out there. People they literally like to lie to themselves. How screwed up is that? You want to lie to yourself. Weird. Absolutely weird. Anyway, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Ray Martinez, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. He says, happy Wednesday. 2024 disappointment season, which we never expected. Let's see how this offseason plays out with who you're keeping and who you're going with to sign in the free agent market. And then he put XRP. Wow. It was at what, in the 280 something, almost 290. Let me see. Bitcoin, by the way, we are at 99,321. So we have not hit 100 yet. XRP is up to $2.97 right now. XRP is up 4.5% in the last hour, 15% in the last 24 hours, and 30% in the last week. So XRP at 297. It has flipped Tether. It is number 3 right now in market cap at $170 billion. Ethereum's at 402. Ethereum is barely up. It's up 4% today. It's up pretty good now. It got down to 3,029 something, which was a gift for people that wanted to get into Ethereum. So kicking some ass, baby. Cardano is up 8%. What else? Avalanche up 8%. Stellar Lumens up 15% to 48 cents. Hedera up 9% to 31 cents. How about my latest to my bag that I've been adding is Caspa. They're up almost 5% today, 4.7, up 21% for the week. They're just under 14 cents. Not bad, not bad. And by the way, Solana is up to $197, so try and approach that $200 mark. It is up 5% for the day. Not bad. Not bad. We're enjoying ourselves as the market. And wait till the orangutan gets sworn in. That stuff is going to explode. Bill says the Panthers and my Red Wings play tomorrow night. It should be a good game. Tua has been seeking contact since he won an angry run scepter after trucking that Jets DB and not getting hurt. He's Bill, I just don't understand anything about Tua. None of that makes any sense to me. I don't get what he does. Zero. It's one of those things that you just like, brother, what are you thinking? What is going on in your mind right now? You know, how after everything you've been through, why would you put yourself in that position again? Just makes no sense, you know. By the way, the Big Cheese, great place to have some lunch. If you're thinking about a place to go have a little lunch today, tomorrow, weekend, 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Go to bigcheesemiami.com. Gary, Billy, they've been doing some amazing work there for over 40 years now. By the way, all of their dishes, you can get it with meat sauce, with tomato sauce, Alfredo sauce, pink sauce, doesn't matter. Check it out. BigCheeseMiami.com. Those garlic rolls are to die for. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Alan Blanco, by the way, if you're looking for custom printing and embroidery, please call my guy, Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Big Bitcoin guy, too. Loves Bitcoin. Panthers last night in a shootout. They edged the Devils 2-1. Boquist with the goal. Spencer Knight between the pipes, baby. 26 saves. Thursday, they will take on Detroit, as that gentleman just said. 7 o'clock will be the face-off. Tonight at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, the Heat face the Lakers. Tip-off will be at 10. Last night, Duke routed the Canes 89-54. Miami drops to 4-13, 0-6 in the ACC. Saturday, they take on SMU at 2 o'clock. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. I got to tell you something. Skull Eater says, I need to get into Bitcoin. It's not too late, bro. It's not too late. Easiest way, by the way, swan.com. Easiest way. First 10,000 is fee-free, and it's always fee-free to move it to your cold storage wallet. Anyway, looking at the UM situation, do you want to know what I'm afraid of? Those of you that lived the Leonard Hamilton years, those of you that enjoyed the Jim Larinaga years, I hope you appreciate that, because you just saw the peak of UM basketball. UM basketball will never be the same again. You'll never have people like that will overachieve to levels that were unheard of. And by the way, they did it in a time where they were going up against some of the big boys who were all paying their players under the table, and Miami did not have that kind of money, did not have those kind of resources. So it's pretty amazing to see what happened during the Leonard Hamilton times and during the Jim Larinaga times. So if you got to watch the UM program go from the James L. Knight Center to the Miami Arena for a few games for a couple of years, and you sat there in that Miami Arena, I know because I was a media member, still a media member, but I was a beat guy in those days, and I was wowed at the fact that the UM basketball program was putting 10, 12, 13, 14,000 people inside the Miami Arena. It was just crazy shit that we would never have imagined for our program. And then the Jim Larinaga years and getting to the Final Four and the Sweet 16s and the Elite Eights with the different types of teams. I truly feel, put it this way. There are things that are happening and have happened now that unfortunately we never get to experience again. Okay? And think about this. Okay? People like my age, we got to experience college basketball of the 80s and the 90s. Wow. Like, we're blessed, dude. Oh my God. We are blessed. We got to see Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing. And it didn't matter what star it was. We saw him for 3 to 4 years in college. We had real stars in college basketball, not the shit that they have now. And then for locally, we got our team Kevin Presto and the boys, started the program again. And it was, it was a novelty at that moment. But then you got the Leonard Hamilton stretch, and then you added a Larinaga stretch, and you really saw the program go to heights that we never imagined. College basketball will never be the same like it was in the 80s and the 90s, when it was really great, when it was at times even better than the NBA. At times. There were times that you wanted to see a college basketball game over any NBA game. That's how good college basketball was back in the day. So now you've got a completely different college basketball. You've got no stars in it. Players they have no names to them. They're undefined because they're not there long enough to build anything. And what they are freaks for 1 year, and they're still unpolished. They were guys that would be on the bench back in the 80s and the 90s because that's what freshmen did. They were on the bench. They would come off for a few minutes and gradually work their way in. So you'll never see college basketball like how it was in the 80s and the 90s. And to the next level, UM basketball will never, ever be like what you experienced in the past. How much does that suck? That's the reality. That is the reality right there. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. True FinFan, thank you, sir, for the love on Cash App. He says, so true what you said on Welker. Brady made him. Of course. There's no way he becomes that with us here. None whatsoever. Unfortunately, but that's the truth. What are you going to do? It is what it is, as they say. Girlfriend taking me to the Big Cheese on Friday. Ooh, that's a good girlfriend. That's a good girlfriend right there. Tell him that Big O sent you. Make sure you tell him. Big O radio show. College basketball is a shell of what it was before. Don't know anyone that watches every college basketball game nowadays. I don't. I only watch UM games, and UM is unwatchable this year. But I only watch UM games nowadays. I'll watch the tournament when it comes around. Yeah, I'll watch some of the tournament. But outside of that, yeah, nah. Jerry Tarkanian, that's right, chewing on that towel. Big O seeing some old Heat games on YouTube. Born in 91. Came across the archives. Allen Houston shot again. Still stings. Yeah. I was in that locker room. That was not a fun locker room to be in. That was not fun to be covering that heartbreaking moment with Riley and company. That was rough. That was one of those underachieving moments that you just, bad, baby. Bad. No doubts. Bad. What else do we have going on? So Skylar Thompson is gone. Are you disappointed? Are you depressed? Is your life in a tailspin right now? Were you holding out hope? By the way, I remember the first year that some people thought Skylar Thompson was going to take to his job or something. Remember that? Like, I saw that yesterday. I saw that story. One, the Steelers have nobody under contract, so they had to sign somebody, right? I just found it kind of funny that they signed Skylar Thompson. And then what I started going, Okay, so I started thinking Hodge, the Duckman, was there. They have Fields that they have to deal with, Russell Wilson that they have to deal with. I'm trying to think of some of the quarterbacks that Mike Tomlin has had to coach over the last couple of years. And it's a bad list, dude. And then you add Skylar Thompson to it. And then I keep wondering, how does this man still get into the playoffs every year? Even when Ben Roethlisberger was completely broken down in that final year and he couldn't even throw the ball, they still found ways to win games. It's amazing to me the amount of shitty quarterbacks that Mike Tomlin has had to deal with, and now he gets Skylar Thompson. That's what stood out to me about all of that. You know, sure, it's a fun story down here, and people can write about it and talk about it and all of that. And I'll throw out the headline, Skylar is gone, Miami Dolphin fans. How will you recover? You know, just to be sarcastic and be an asshole. I'm good at that. That's great. That's fine. You know, but it's just, I thought about it the other way. I thought about it for Mike Tomlin. And I'm like, this man, there's no way he could be asking for these quarterbacks all these years. It's clearly what's going on with Omar Khan and others in the front office that I'm not sure what they're thinking, because they're having trouble solving their quarterback issue here over the last few years. You know what I'm saying? They're like in that tailspin. That tailspin that they were in after Bradshaw, before they got the rapist. I'm sorry, Roethlisberger. You know, they went through that stretch. Bubby Brister, Neil O'Donnell, you know, all that kind of stuff. Cordell Stewart, whatever, all that. And they still found ways to win games. For Christ's sake, didn't they make it to a Super Bowl with Neil O'Donnell? I want to say they made it to a Super Bowl and lost with Neil O'Donnell, dude. Neil O'Fucking-Donnell. Like, this franchise. Wow. You know, that's like making the Super Bowl with Woodstock. It's the kind of same shit, you know? It really is amazing, dude. Really is amazing. And that's what I thought about. Not so much that we lost him, because there was no loss there. There's no love loss. I didn't want him on the damn roster last year. Yes, sir.
Yes, he went to the Super Bowl in 1995. And not only that, he was injured in the game and was replaced by Mike Tomczak. That was your starting and backup Steeler quarterback for Super Bowl in 1990.
Fucking Mike Tomczak, dude. It's crazy. So that's what I thought of. I was like, wow, they can't get this man a quarterback. You give Mike Tomlin a quarterback, and brother, you got a shot easily at winning a Super Bowl. He'll do the rest, but you got to give him a quarterback, dude. You can only ask so much from Mike Tomlin, man. You know? I feel for the guy. Alexis says, I'm ashamed to admit that that on Skylar, I was the one who fell for that. But you know what, Alexis? I love you for that, bro. At least you admit it. Got to admit when we're wrong, right? We're going to get a lot of shit wrong. Big O, your top 5 NBA stadiums you've been to. Bro, I've only been to like 5. I've been to Miami's, Orlando's, New York's. Indiana. I love Indiana's. That's my favorite arena I've been to. Well, I went to Atlanta, not for a game, for a concert. I actually have been to a few arenas for concerts and not necessarily a game. So I don't have enough education on that to comment on that, dude. I haven't been around enough. I can only tell you that my favorite arena of all of them is the Pacers arena. That's my favorite arena that I've ever been to. That's the only one I can, because it's a Hall of Fame. So the 2 floors are loaded with memorabilia. You can, if you ever go to a Pacers game, go 2 hours early, easily 2 hours, and take time to walk both concourses, top and bottom, and check out all the memorabilia and all the historic shit. It's not just Pacers. It's NBA, ABA, Pacers, all kinds of great memorabilia. It's literally a Hall of Fame type of thing. So that's the one that I would, and that's, again, I don't have enough experience. I can't talk about that. I'm not the guy for that, unfortunately. Let's see. Justice says, you guys need to get it through your heads that we cannot trade Tyreek. As much as we all want the asshole gone, we literally cannot trade him due to the contract. Like, use your brains, people. It would stop you. If they're trying to win, you cannot start cutting salaries, because now you accelerate signing bonuses, and then that just becomes cap crippling. But it's just stupid things that people keep saying. And unfortunately, we have media members that also throw it out there. But I know why they do it irresponsibly, because they're just looking for clickbait, because they know you people will fall for it. That's all. It's like the whole, I already told you about the Chris Greer retirement thing. I've given you that example like 8 times already on the show. Okay? Everybody with a brain knew Chris Greer was not going to retire. The dude just signed a contract. Who's going to walk away from all that money? Nobody. You're going to fire me and pay me all that money. That's what everybody does in this business. But even the media members that knew it, all they did was aggregate the story, attribute it to CBS so it keeps their hands clean, and then say, well, if he does retire, and then they can write another story that's more clickbait. So it's really what the media members did with that story, whoever aggregated and then created their own story after, they added more irresponsibility on top of irresponsibility. And that's what they're doing with the Tyreek story. They can't trade him. They can't move him. It would be cap crippling. It would stop you from getting better next year. You got to find a way to make it happen with him, whether you like it or not. You fucked up. You shouldn't have guaranteed him the money. Now you screwed up. Now you got to do it. Put it this way. After next year, when you release him, there is still dead cap money that you're going to take on, but it's not nearly as bad, but you got to take it on. So there'll be dead cap money 2 years from now. It's not good, folks. They're stuck with them. At least Justice gets it. Some of you out there, you just don't get it. So, and again, if you think he's gone, tomorrow I'll be at Hialeah Park. You all can line up, bring your cash. I'd love to take your money. You know, that might get me to my goal for, the percentage of Bitcoin that I need. For my daughter, that is, but I need it. So you guys can help me get over that percentage by coming over and bringing your stupid bets, thinking that Tyreek Hill has a chance of getting traded. Be great. And if you think you could take my money with that, let's go. Bring it on. I'd love it. Be a lot of fun. Pat says the Eagles fan who harassed the female Packers fan got fired from his job and can never go back to the Eagles stadium. Internet justice strikes again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Good for the Eagles and good for all of us. Packers Arena. I'm going to put that on my list. Packers Arena. Or you mean Pacers? Yes. Pacers is really cool. Oh, did you watch that indoor golf last night? No. But Sean told me that it's actually kind of cool, the way they do it. I'm not a golf watcher, bro. If I got a cigar and I'm on the fairway watching it live, I can do that. I'm not big watching golf on television, dude. I find it boring. So I'm not good with that, unfortunately. It's got to be like a championship, a Sunday, and I'm tuning in the final hour because they're coming down to the last couple of holes and there's a little drama to it. I can watch that. I'm not the guy that can sit there and watch Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in 4 hours. And no, bro. No. Can't do it. Oh my God, do I have a life? Adam Pinkster, Gamebridge Fieldhouse is awesome. They still have their ABA banners hanging in there. There you go. And it is a field house. He is right also. He lives there. He knows. Because it's built like a field house, so the light can come shining in and all that good stuff. So, yes, he is correct. It's so Indiana. But it is a great arena, dude. Love that arena. Mine's is MSG. Went to a WWE house show there about 12 years ago. MSG is, it's got the greatest second floor I have ever seen in my life because it's the closest to the floor or stage if you're going to a concert. The acoustics are amazing. Okay. Let me tell you, my two favorite arenas to go see a concert are MSG and number one, because MSG is 1B. Number 1A is the LA Forum, dude. Best acoustics of any arena I've ever been to. They don't play basketball there anymore. It's no longer the Great Western Forum. Dun, 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 dun. NBA, it's fantastic. Let's see. Big O, what do you think of trading Kyle Pitts' team up with him and Jonnu Smith? Right now, that's not a priority. You're not going to give up your picks for that. You need to go get linemen, guards, defensive tackle. You need to find a linebacker, middle linebacker. You need to find a safety. You need some. There's some stuff that you need to get, and it's not a second tight end. And you can't go, giving up resources for him. As much as I like the kid, still like the kid. You can't do that right now. That's not a priority. You finally have a tight end. And finally, the coach is using him. So I'm going to stay with that. Skylar is gone. Well, no season tickets for me next year. I'm with you there, Tito. I was going to buy my usual 50 pairs of sweet tickets, because I've got that kind of cash. But after letting Skylar go, yeah, no way. I mean, Skylar definitely was going to be the starter and take us to 4 Super Bowls and win them all. The Tyreek situation is the definition for you made your bed. Now lay in it. It's amazing to me. Just like the people who say we can cut Tua now when his contract hasn't even hit yet. I know. It's people are stupid. They don't get it. Let's talk about something that you kind of mentioned now about making your bed. Two groups of people have made their bed. The Miami Heat and Pat Riley have made their bed. And Jimmy Butler has made his bed. Jimmy Butler made his bed. He has clearly shown us for 2+ years that he refuses to try in the regular season. Okay. No matter what he and his idiot, agent, that's just a freaking loser, typical of lawyers and agents. There are so many of them that are just absolutely full of shit. You got some straight up ones, but there aren't a lot of those agents. Okay. You can find a lot more straight up lawyers than you can agents, put it that way. Most of your agents are just full of shit. But, okay, this Bernie Lee guy is as big a clown as it gets. All right. And a liar, because what he did to Shams just made him look like a bigger idiot than anything else, which is typical of agents. So, you made your bed, dude. You don't want to be here. You don't want to play here. The Heat you were stupid enough to give him an extension. And yes, I can say stupid enough because I was smart enough to say, don't give him an extension. Trade him now at his peak. But hey, most fans can't say that. Most media members, I think all media members, I'd like to see an article from somebody that said trade him. I don't believe, I know Ira didn't say it because I have him on every week. I'm sure Anthony Chang didn't say it. I'm not sure about Tim Reynolds, but I'm pretty sure he didn't say it either. Okay? I'm pretty sure nobody on the beat was saying trade Jimmy a couple years ago. So you made your bed. Now, I'm very proud of the Heat. They did exactly what I said to do, suspend his ass. And they did. So now do what I would do. Put him on the shelf. However legally you can put him on the shelf, put him on the shelf. You know why? It is time to turn the page. It is time to develop these young guys. It's time to find out, can Tyler and Bam sink or swim on their own? They've been carried by stars for years. They haven't done anything on their own. So now they got a chance to be the guys because there's nobody out there to bail you. No one's going to bail you out, bro. There's no D Wade. There's no Bosch. There's no Jimmy Butler. There's nothing to bail you out. So now we get to find out who sinks and who swims. We get to find out who's got the cojones and who doesn't. We get to find out who's going to step up in big moments because now there is no star to defer to. And I want that. I want to find out. Maybe Jaime Jaquez becomes the guy. Maybe Jovic grows up. He's got a lot of growing up. He's got a lot of talent, but he does a lot of stupid shit out there. Okay? But the only way Jovic is really going to grow is by going through all these growing pains. Like the other night when they had all those turnovers and they couldn't hit a three and all that. I'm sitting there and I'm smiling. I hate that they're losing, but I'm smiling. You know why? This is what they need. I need to see them go through adversity. I need them to get frustrated. I need them to look at each other and say, we gotta depend on each other to bail us out. That way, for the next 50 games, 40 games, whatever is left, you find out who's who, what's what. Are they all role players? Tyler, can you really stay healthy? You've done it for 2.5 months. Can you stay for, you're supposed to do it season in, season out. I like that he says, I use Riley's words as, motivation. You should. But the last thing you do is implement Butler back onto a team that he doesn't want to be a part of. He doesn't try. He's not going to start trying now. He hasn't been trying for 2+ years in the regular season. So why would you go back to it? Makes no sense. Tear the scab off. And you tell him, hey, you want out? We'd love to trade you. We're going to keep you on the shelves. That way you're healthy for whoever trades for you. And at the end of the year, if we can't trade you, you get to be healthy and go test free agency, and it gives you the best opportunity. But if we play you, you might get hurt, and then it hurts your free agent status, and it hurts us in trying to get any kind of compensation. Right now, nobody's willing to give us any compensation. So we've got to wait. And that's it. You've got to part ways with the guy completely. So if somebody wants him for their playoff run, well, bro, here he is. You could trade for him. Or if not, then you can wait till the end of the year, and he's going to need the Heat anyways for a sign and trade. So you are in the driver's seat. The last thing you want to do is create disruption on your team. Let this team identify itself now. Let it create its own identity, whatever it may be. If it's a bunch of young guys that has no leader, then it is what it is. If it's a bunch of young guys that all of a sudden 1 or 2 leaders develop, it's a beautiful thing. But the last thing you need is an asshole that is only there for himself, and that's all he gives a shit about. All he wants to do is take shots at the team. All he's doing is not helping his teammates. He's shitting constantly on his teammates. Everything that Butler's done for 2+ years is exactly like watching Deontay Johnson or the other guy from, what was it, San Francisco that quit also. Same shit. It's all the same shit. It's quitting. You have quit on them. Fuck the team, dude. You're getting paid. You've got a salary this year, and you've got a player option for next year. You're getting your money, dude. So screw you. You got nothing to complain about. And you haven't been trying for 2+ years. It would be gutless of the Miami Heat and Pat Riley specifically, okay? It would prove that Pat Riley is soft if he plays Butler. If this team gives in and puts Jimmy Butler back on the court, this franchise has got very little hope, dude. You got to stand your ground here, bro. It's time, and you got to – people that pollute your environment, you must get rid of. Jimmy Butler is not Heat culture, and he's not helping young guys. He's hurting them, and he's setting a terrible example. Get rid of his ass. That's the example you set. You act like this, even if you're a star, you get the fuck out of our franchise. That's the message you need to send here to Jimmy Butler and everyone else. Either you do it the right way, we're not here to become whatever. You could pick a shitty team, the Marlins. I mean, the Marlins would never be in that place because they wouldn't have a $50 million player. So they're too fucking cheap for that. So what are you going to do? You need to get rid of Butler, bro. That's all I got to say. Get rid of his ass. Out of sight, out of mind. Let him go to his little coffee, and that place will be closed down in a year anyways. As I told you before, it would be closed down. Even before all this shit hit the fan, I told you that place would be closed down in a year or two. It'll close down a little faster now. Corso Traven, thank you for the love in the super chat, sir. Why doesn't James Bond fart in bed? It would blow his cover. There, I like it. I like it. I like it. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And Vincent Bruno, baby, sending in a little Bitcoin on Cash App. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see what we got here. He says, I like your style. I like your story. Keep it real. Thank you, Vincent. Very nice of you. Very kind. True Fin Fan once again on Cash App. Thank you. Support the show. Keep it alive. Thank you. True Fin Fan says, for how many Hall of Fame wide receivers did Brady have? You know, it's the best one of them all. Deion Branch, bro. Deion Branch won the MVP with the Patriots. Then he was a Super Bowl MVP in the Patriots. And then he goes to Seattle on a big contract and was an utter failure. And then they brought him back. And he still played all right for them. But, it's exactly it. It's just, Deion Branch is the best example ever. It's like the Heat. Right? It's the Heat. Isaac Austin is going to play his best basketball here, not anywhere else. You want to trade for Duncan? Go ahead. You'll never get the Duncan you've seen here. The Lakers traded for a guy, the guy that they traded for, and he did not play, the little guard. The Cavs are the only ones so far over the last 10, 15, 20 years that guys, the Heat develop and then they go somewhere else and they're not the same player ever again. James Johnson, Hassan Whiteside. It just goes on and on. They all play better here. And then if you go and, let me trade for that guy, he becomes a dud. Same shit. Some of those guys with the Patriots, they were playing great because they were there. Is Troy Brown going to have the career he had as a wide receiver if he wasn't in New England? Of course not. Of course not. He would have been a good special teamer because that's what he was. But would he have been the same wide receiver? Hell no. Hell no. Abel Rodriguez, thank you for the love on Cash App. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can also make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Abel says, I'm going to make an offer he can't refuse. I'm going to make an offer he can't refuse. Abel says of Riley. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, what else do we have here? Big O, keep in mind that Skylar is undefeated in the Super Bowl. That is something to think about. I mean, listen, dude, when you bring facts, facts are facts. Those are facts right there. Horn Dog says, I don't think the Finns fan base understands that this team was built backwards. We are built outside in versus inside outside. This will be a boring draft because it will be all about the trenches and the QB. Well, I hope it's also about the QB. That's what you and I say. We're the smart people. I don't know if they'll draft a QB, but I hope so. But Horn Dog, I agree 100% with you on there. And it should be a boring draft. Yeah, get me linemen, get me D linemen, get me fat boys. I already told you, stop being the disorderlies. Get me the fat boys. Yes, sir.
Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers will declare for the NFL draft. Breaking news today.
Mid-round pick. There's one of them. So Quinn Ewers is not going back to school, not going to take Miami's money because Carson Beck is. Bro, I saw a report out there. It says he's got like almost $10 million in deals. Carson Beck. That's crazy, dude. That's insanity. Good for him, bro. And doing pretty good in the girlfriend department. Okay. Got to admit, Haley and Hannah, they're cute girls, man. So he's got Hannah. He's doing all right. It's good to be the Beck, not the king, the Beck. It's good to be the Beck. Plenty more money than he would in the draft. It's freaking awesome. That's crazy that these kids can make that kind of money, but God bless them, dude. If they're willing to pay you, take it, man. The Raiders asked Pete Carroll to run the team. He passed. No, did they? There's no way. No, there's no way the Raiders would ask Pete Carroll to run the team. That's not that would be a good joke, but yeah. NorCal says, brother, this right here is why the Finns got to get rid of anyone not there for the team. Bye, T. Hill. Yeah, but you're stuck with it. You got no choice. And T. Hill is just like, he's just an idiot. He's just not smart. That's his problem. So that moment, he just says stupid shit. Most of the time, he doesn't really know what the hell he's saying. Yeah, the problem with Tyreek is that we're talking about a young man that just is not bright. And so that's what we're dealing with, unfortunately. And we'll just be honest here on this show. I don't give a shit. I'm not worried about your feelings. I'm not here to make friends. You know what I'm saying? So Tyreek's lack of intelligence is always going to be a problem. Since he's not educated enough, he doesn't know how to communicate. And he doesn't understand the ramifications of the things that he says. And he doesn't think ahead of time because he's not very smart. That's all, dude. When you're stupid, life becomes that much tougher. That's why he sticks his pecker everywhere else and he's got 800 kids because he's not very bright. He doesn't understand what a condom is. So this is a young man that has zero common sense. He doesn't even have condom sense. Anyway. Let's see. Do you think Riley has lost it? Do you listen to the show, Corso? Do you listen to the show? Because, I mean, I see your name enough. I pick on you enough. You donate enough. Do you listen to the show? What is let's see the real people that listen to the show, because I think I've said it enough. What is the line that I have for Pat Riley? What is the line that I have used many times to describe Pat Riley? Let's see. Let's see who comes up with the line, because I've said it a lot of times. You know, Justice Maldonado, Chris Duquette, no, but Maldonado got it. Well, Duquette lost the fast part of it. Ray Sosa got it, lost his fastball. Been saying it for a couple of years now that Riley's lost his fastball. He hasn't had his fastball for how long? 10 years. Since the big three. And he hasn't recruited a whale since Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not talking about firing him or anything like that. He walks out whenever the hell he wants to walk out. He's done more than enough for me as a basketball fan. I'll deal with whatever successes or failures that he has. Any great decisions or bad decisions, I'll deal with it. I didn't agree with him on the Jimmy Butler thing. I'm not saying to fire him. I would have wanted everybody else fired, by the way. Anyone else that did that, I would have said they need to go, but it's Riley. So Riley has done so much for me as a fan that I have no problem. But I will be honest and say Riley has lost his fastball. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious as hell. So, yeah. But what are we going to do, man? I'm not pushing him out. I'm not doing that. I did that to Shula. I'm not doing that to Riley. He doesn't deserve that. I just hope he figures it out before he leaves. I hope he doesn't continue to make the same mistakes as he walks out. That's all. Let's see what else. And thank you all out there, those of you that really listen to the show. Big O, perhaps if we line up a bunch of fertile, willing women, we could lead Tyreek out of town like the Pied Piper. That would be good. Big O says about Pat Riley, he's Wilson from Castaway. Should we bring Zion to Miami? No. You can't fix Zion. Okay? There's no fixing Zion. I would never, ever trade for Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson and what's the other wussy? God, what's his name? The guy with the back and the Nets, the Sixers. What's his name, bro? Oh, Jesus. Those two guys, they're just soft. They're weak-minded people. Simmons. Ben Simmons.
Yeah. That's all.
Thank you, man, of 1,005 holds. Yep. Those are weak-minded individuals. Zion Williamson is a wuss. That's all. Ben Simmons, a total wuss, bro. An absolute, he's a wuss and a half. These are all mama's boys. These are people that have been given everything in life because they were, gifts of talent from they were young, and people just gave them everything, and they really never tested them as human beings. And now that life is testing them, because life, you and I know, right? It kicks us in the ass constantly. It tests us as we lose jobs, we lose family members, we have health issues, we have breakups, we We have setbacks, we have fires, we have hurricanes, tornadoes. We have all kinds of setbacks in our lives, right? And we all have to fight through them all. These lazy Fs that they're just given all this money and they never really have to work for it and they really don't know what struggles are, you know, that's the problem. So when you have people like Ben Simmons and Zion Williamson, these are pampered little bitches. And now that these pampered little bitches have all of a sudden run into what life is all about, they can't hack it. That's all. They can't hack the demands of life and the pressures and everything that comes with it. So they fold. And that's what Zion Williamson is. You know, just a little lazy fat ass that isn't willing to work. And Ben Simmons is a little bitch that you can push around and do whatever you want because he's not gonna answer the bell. You know what I'm saying? That's all. People are like that, dude. Some people aren't tough in life and they fold. They could be athletes. They could be your family member. They could be your friend, your cousin. You know, I've had friends like that in the past that did not succeed at all in life because they weren't willing to sacrifice and they weren't willing to do the things that you have to do because you've got to fail. Sorry, dude. Life is about failure. You know, success is fed off of failure. That's my line that I've always used all my life. That's what my own saying that I've created. Success is fed off of failure. Always. Nobody just succeeds. No, you fail. You have to fail. We're all going to fail. We're going to fall off the bike before we can stay on it. We're all going to fall off the surfboard before we can stay on it. Just the way it is. You can't write until you can write. You know? You can't sell until you learn how to sell. Just the way it is. But you're going to fail along the way. If you're not willing to deal with failure, then you're not willing to succeed. Because that's what makes success so much sweeter. You remember the failures. You remember what it took to get there. You remember the mistakes you made. That's the beauty of success. That's what we all see in success. Every one of us that has succeeded in anything, you first failed. It's kind of the way it goes, man. You know, that's life. So people like Ben Simmons and what was that lineman we had here? What was his name? Another wuss. Complete wuss. Oh, the guy that got pushed around by oh, come on, man. No, not Jake Long. Martin, thank you. Jake Long, Chris. Don't do that to Jake. Jake's a tough son of a bitch. Poor guy ended up, you know, with a bunch of injuries, but it was Martin, bro. Martin. Damn, Chris. Jake, we're sorry, bro. I want to apologize on behalf of Chris Duquette. We know you're a tough son of a bitch. Okay, and a really good dude, by the way. Jake Long is a really, like, superb class act, dude. Love that guy. Really nice guy. He was a pleasure to cover when he was down here. He was awesome, dude. I felt terrible what they did to him. So, yeah. Let's see. I realize O is going to yell and berate people. It's fine. Truth is, he's just another internet personality. Why get offended, especially from someone on the internet? LOL. That's it. Someone on the internet. Don't get insulted. Skylar Hollywood put $1.6 billion into Las Vegas recently. Might be a big spot for you. Skylar Hollywood. What the hell is that? I have no idea what Skylar Hollywood is. Chris Duquette repents. Good for you. You must repent. You must. So Dallas Cowboys, Deion Sanders says no, which smart, of course. You want to be a slave to Jerry Jones? No, I don't think so. So Jason Witten and Kellen Moore are the next guys in line that they're talking about for the Cowboys. Basically, if you have any scruples, you can't be a head coach of the Cowboys. If you can learn to be a yes man, and I got to tell you, Jason Witten and Kellen Moore, especially Kellen Moore, they look perfect like yes men. They look like they'll be comfortable with Jerry stepping all over them on a consistent basis. Deion Sanders is not going to have any of that shit. He's just nice, and he entertained the old man, and he used him as leverage to just tell the bolder people, hey, just remember when the contract comes up, give me a little extra juice, that kind of stuff. He did the smart thing. He was never going to work for Jerry Jones. But Witten and Kellen Moore, especially Kellen Moore, that would be the perfect puppet for his ass. How about the Cowboys? They have zero plan with what. And let me tell you something. The Cowboys and something that the Dolphins are doing now are very frustrating for me and for Cowboy fans. And what I mean by that is the Cowboys over the last couple of years have had a pretty talented team. They're not nearly as talented anymore as they were. I'm not a believer in Dak Prescott, but my point is the window for that team has closed. And, the Jets, again, I'm not a Mark Sanchez guy, but those 2 years that you went to the AFC Championship game, that was your window. And for the Miami Dolphins, window's closed. Yeah. It was a short window, a short opportunity. You had to have the right coach. You don't have the right coach. I don't see you overcoming all of that next year. Even if you find the talent, you don't have the coach to put it together anyway. So it doesn't matter what you do, you're ruining whatever window you could have created for yourself because Mike McDaniel can't get it done. And so for the Cowboys, it's the same thing. Jerry Jones and whatever coach or whatever combination, they can't get it done. But I will say this, over the last couple of years, some really good talent went through that Cowboy roster. And you ruined it. You had a better opportunity to win something, and you absolutely ruined it. And that's what I see here too. You had a window, an opportunity, and because of Mike McDaniel, you hired the wrong coach, and that screwed you. This year, you should have had 4 to 5 more wins. You didn't have it just because of the coach, more than anything else. He couldn't develop a backup. He had no idea what a real backup is. That's why he had Skylar. And his teams are so unprepared. It's ridiculous. Crazy shit, dude. Absolutely crazy shit. So when you look at what's going on with the Cowboys, there's a little bit of Dolphins too, that why I'm so depressed and disappointed and not even hopeful for next season, it's because you have the wrong coach. And I know I get it. They're going to stick with them and all that stuff, but it is what it is. I don't see that man getting any better. And I don't see him fixing all of his issues on game day in one off season. And it's hard for me to imagine that even if the front office is able to get the pieces you need, that's not the guy. And it's just going to ruin everything like it has already. Really sucks. Anyway. What can we do, ladies and gentlemen, right? Don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Hialeah Park, we're going to be there tomorrow. Remember, we've got the NFL games right around the corner. Saturday, we've got the Texans and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 8.5. Over and under is 41.5. Washington and Detroit. Detroit's favored by 9.5. The over and under is 55.5. Eagles and Rams. Eagles favored by 6, over and unders 43.5. Ravens favored by 1.5 at the Bills, over and unders 51.5. And at Hialeah Park, you can use that QR code and you can get your $100 no regret first bet. So sign up, use that QR code. If you have a Hard Rock account already, don't use the same phone number or email. Use a different one and then sign up. It's a beautiful thing, and you can get your $100 no regret first bet, and you can start betting this weekend. Okay, you got a little Heat Lakers tonight. All right. Jimmy Haslam, Jerry Jones, and Stephen Ross are 3 owners I would never trust. That makes sense. I listen because even O can be brash. He's normally always right. That's why I follow him since his days at QAM. I don't have to like how he says it, but facts are facts. I don't mind being a blind-ass fan. Well, we all are blind-ass fans. It happens to everybody, bro. I've called blind-ass fan on myself several times on this show over the years. You're going to get shit wrong. I say it all the time when I get shit wrong. You know? So, it's kind of the way it goes. If you don't accept that, like it's the failure thing. The only way you get to success is by accepting the failure. That way you can overcome it and use it as a learning tool to get to success. If the failure brings you down, you're not tough enough to succeed. It's the same thing. You're going to live and learn. You're going to get shit wrong. You're going to live and learn, and you're going to get shit right. It's kind of the way it goes. Big O, if Weaver stays, I think he's our next head coach by mid-next season. They fire McDaniel and promote Weaver. He makes Bevel the offensive coordinator. But he's an interim. Does that make him the permanent? I don't know. We don't have luck with that interim shit, dude. Our interims don't stick around, Oh, God. I like him as a leader of men. He just looks a hell of a lot more like a leader of men than McDaniel does. So, what can I tell you? I like Buffalo. If you're going to ask me, I'm going to go Chiefs over Texans. I'm taking the Texans with the points, but I'm going Chiefs. They're going to win. Detroit over Washington. I'm going to go Detroit winning the game. I'm going to go Washington plus the points. Okay? This kid, Jaden Daniels, has a calm demeanor to him that I like. And I like guys that can stay calm in pressure-like situations. So I'm going to take Washington plus the points, but Detroit wins. Eagles and Rams. It's an interesting one right there. I'm not going to touch it. I think the Rams can keep it close, but I also think the Eagles can win by a touchdown. I'm a little torn on that one, so I'm going to stay away from that one. But I've got the Eagles winning the game. Okay? Eagles win, but it's too close. I can't touch the points. And then Ravens-Bills, easily Bills. I have zero concerns on that one. Bills are home. They've got the better offense, I think. The defense, if they can... Actually, I think the Bills' defense is better than the Ravens' defense. And so if the Bills' defense can get some stops, I just don't think that they'll keep up, and I think the Bills will win. So I'm going Bills, plus 1.5. So I'm betting on 3 of the 4 games. One of them I just don't like it. Don't like it. I'm torn. Too torn. Can't do it. All right, so that's my picks, and I'm sticking to it. Okay? Let me give you a little music. We always love talking about music and music news. Please smash the hell out of the like button. We're over 101. Por favor. Smash the hell out of the like button. All right, let's start off with musicians celebrating birthdays today. Lisa Velez, I wonder if I take you home, will you still be in love with me? Lisa Velez, singer for Lisa and the Cult Jam. Born in 1967 on this date. Adam Jones, guitarist from Tool. Born on this date in 1965. Boris Blank, Swedish artist, musician from Yellow. Oh, yeah. That's the famous song from Ferris Bueller. Although my favorite song from Yellow is called Tied Up. Okay? That is an awesome song. All right? Tied up, tied up, tied up. Bum, bum, bum. It has like this sax that comes in right away. It is a badass beat. Look for Yellow, Tied Up. Okay? Really good song from Yellow. So happy birthday to Boris, born in 1953. Who else? Melvin Gale, celloist with Electric Light Orchestra, ELO, born in the state in 1952. Biff Byford, love that dude, singer for Saxon, born in 1951. She was the princess of the night. Ronnie Van Zant, legend, vocalist for Leonard Skinner, born on this date in 1948. We lost him in the plane crash, obviously, in 77. Pete Waterman, producer, TV presenter, part of the Stock, Aitken, and Waterman team, and booked the first ever tour for the Bay City Rollers. He also signed Musical Youth and Nick Kershaw during the 70s promotion consultant. During the 70s, he was a promotions consultant for John Travolta. This guy's had a hell of a career. Peter Waterman, I have no idea who he is, but happy birthday to him in 1947. What a colorful life. Holy shit. Edward Bivens, let's just kiss and say goodbye. From the Manhattans, vocalist. Born in 1942 on this date. We lost him in 2014 at the age of 78. Let's see. And that is it for musicians. Let's go with birthdays for famous folk celebrating birthdays today. Martin Luther King was born on this date in 1929. We lost him in 68. Dove Cameron, TV actress, 28. Pitbull, 43 years old today. Wasn't there with the musicians. Skrillex, I even know that DJ at 36. Know nothing about him, but I do know the name Skrillex. I have heard it many times. I know he is some big stuff in that industry. Who else is celebrating a birthday today? Kevin Alvarez, soccer player. He's 25. Drew Brees, he's 45. Well, a wrestler with two first names. I'm not going to say it because that's not my part. Regina King, very likable Regina King. She is 53 years old. Deebo Samuel is 28. Shane McMahon is 54. Is that like the McMahon that I think it is, Sean? Did I take some?
Yeah, you just took one of my pro wrestling birthdays. Shane O'Mac, the son of Vince McMahon, turns 55.
Okay. All right. I didn't know, so because it just says sports executive, so I have no idea.
Yeah, he's bought in on a couple of the fight leagues and things like that. He got away from the WWE, and he actually was, when the first time UFC went for sale by Dana White, he wanted Vince to go in with him on buying the UFC. Vince said no.
All right. Well, since I'm a moron when it comes to wrestling, I don't know any of that stuff. I just wanted to ask just in case. All right. What else do we have? And that is it. I got a scam call coming in. Chloe Kelly, soccer player. She is 26. I have no idea who she plays for. She's a forward for Manchester City in the FA Women's Super League. And she also plays for the English national team. She has 850,000 followers on Instagram. Holy shit. So there you go, Chloe Kelly, for my English folks out there. There you go. Happy birthday to her. Sean Stanley, what do we have in the wrestling department?
None. You took my only one. No, I'm just kidding. We've got Bull Buchanan was born on this date in 1968. Kelly Kelly. She was born on this date in 1987. Preston Vance was born on this date in 1992. Of course, Shane McMahon born on this date in 1970. And then this might be my oldest one here. Martin Burns. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame on the Pioneer Wing. He was born on this date in 1861. We lost him recently in 1937. And a guy I grew up not watching, but his promotion, the promoter of Championship Wrestling from Florida, Eddie Graham, was born on this date in 1930. We lost him in 1985. Those are your birthdays for January 15th, 2025.
All right. I like it. I like it. Not as much as I like the pumping going on in this crypto market right now. Bitcoin is right around 99,000. XRP's at 294, man. Pumping. Immutable X is up 11%. Been waiting for Immutable X to come back. All right, let's move over to music history. What happened today in music history? We start off on January 15th. In 1967, when appearing on the Ed Sullivan Show, the Rolling Stones were forced to change the lyrics, "Let's spend the night together," to "Let's spend some time together," because producers objected to the original lyrics. Mick Jagger could be seen rolling his eyes at the camera when he sung the new lyrics, causing Sullivan to announce that the band would be banned from performing on his show again. What a bunch of tight asses they were back in those days. That's why you have to do what Jim Morrison did. And just say, "Come on, baby, light my fire, whether you like it or not." Idiots. Anyway, in 65, The Who released their first single, "I Can't Explain." Then session musician Jimmy Page played guitar on the track. I did not know that. By the way, the Scorpions did the remake of "I Can't Explain," and I think they did an excellent remake overall. If you've never heard the "I Can't Explain" remake from the Scorpions, you should check it out. In 72, Don McLean's "My Miss American Pie" started a 4-week run at number 1 on the singles charts, and Led Zeppelin's "Black Dog," "Hey, Hey, Mama," debuted on the same chart, but it would only peak at number 15. Said "The Way You Move." In 77, the Eagles went to number 1 on the album charts with "Hotel California," the group's third number 1 album. In 92, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted legends like Jimi Hendrix, the Yardbirds, Johnny Cash, and Sam and Yave, the Isley Brothers, Bobby Blue Bland, and Yooker T and the MGs, and promoter Billy Yam. And if you don't know how to replace all that stuff, too bad for you. In 2001, the Brit Awards committee announced U2 would receive an Outstanding Contribution to Music award at their ceremony in London, despite the fact that the band actually came from Ireland, not Britain. In 2018, the lead singer, of the Cranberries, Dolores O'Riordan, died unexpectedly at the age of 46. O'Reilly died of an accidental drowning in a bathtub due to sedation by alcohol intoxication while in London for a recording session. So sad. What a talent, dude. Dolores had an amazing voice. And Zombie is just a song that is, man, I don't know. It's just one of those songs. I could never get tired of playing Zombie. I can play that song on a loop. She's so good. So good, Dolores O'Riordan. I saw her twice in concert. Wish I would have seen her more, actually. But yeah. Big O, you give it to us fans straight. No fluff, no BS, just facts. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. Appreciate what we do. Because lots of people, they don't want to hear the truth. They want to be lied to. They want to be told that it's possible to trade for Dalvin Cook. They want to tell you, no, Chris Greer could retire. They want to hear that. They know Tyreek can be traded. That's what they want to hear, dude. And so they write it for them. They say it on silly little podcasts out there on YouTube and other places. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of the way it goes because they want to cater to the, they want to cater to all the, what's that called? The clickbait crap. It's what we do. Big O, have you heard the mix song that Pitbull did with, believe it or not, Bon Jovi? No. What song? Was it he did a Bon Jovi song, is what you're saying? So, yeah, no, I have no idea. Never heard of it. No idea. What is it with the hate towards the KC Chiefs? We are witnessing history just like the Bulls of the 90s. Oh, I no idea. I don't have no hate on them. I have no hate on them, and I don't underestimate them in any way, shape, or form. I admire the shit out of them. Just like the Bulls, just like the Yankees, just like any successful team, the Patriots, whatever, I admire them. How they keep having success, why they keep having success, that's what you marvel at. Steinbrenner's passion to continue to win and get the right stars to win in the toughest city to win. I admire the shit out of that. The Dodgers, talk about failing. Wow. How many times have the Dodgers failed over the years and they spent a shitload of money and now it's working out? So do they stop? I admire that. Yeah, dude. So I'm with you all the way. I have nothing but admiration for the Bulls or whatever. When you see shit like that happen and it's Bill Walsh and the Niners, yeah, man, it sucks for us as whatever fan you are if you're not that fan, but you must compartmentalize, a word we love to use on this show, and separate church and state. And, okay, my fandom for this is one thing. My respect for your professionalism, your excellence, your consistency, your determination, your commitment. I mean, dude, I wish my team had it because I know my Panthers have it. But, I wish my Dolphins had it. So, yeah, I'm with you all the way. I don't sit there and start hating on these teams just because they're winning. No, dude, you admire the shit out of the Steelers. For 50 years, they get it right more than they get it wrong. Yeah, admire the shit out of that, bro. That's not easy to do. And whenever you get on that roll and you can maintain that level of excellence, props. Lisa and Cult Jam are performing in Miramar later this month. Well, Lisa is, right? Not Cult Jam. There's no way Cult Jam is still with her, I think. I think it's just Lisa. But I might go to that one, actually. I might go there. Why not? A little freestyle. What else? Big O, if Mike McDaniel is Piscoli, then who's Mr. Hahn? Mr. Hahn is, I was going to say Stephen Ross. What are you, all on dope? But that's not what Stephen Ross would do. So Mr. Hand would be Joe Philbin. I mean, if I had to pick a Dolphin coach that would be Mr. Hahn, as Spicoli would say, Mr. Hahn, do you have a student like me every year? You know, a guy that you got. Anyway, yeah, Joe Philbin would be my Mr. Hahn. Yes. Big O, watching Tim Berling documentary goes by Avicii, amazing house music producer, 912, some of the best beat house music sets out there. I am not a house guy, so I can't tell you too much about that. Don't know too much about it to tell you, oh, this is an amazing beat and that one or whatever. I'm not well versed in that, dude. So I can't really comment on that kind of stuff. The song with Pitbull and Bon Jovi is called Now or Never. Oh, okay. So it's not a new, it's not like a good Jovi song. It's something that they did together. Okay. Now or Never. All right. I'll look it up when I get off and see if it's any good. Weird Al has a new tour out. Is he's still touring? Damn. Weird Al Yankovic. I got an elbow in my ribs. I got a suitcase. No, I got a suitcase in my ribs. I got an elbow in my ear. I got a bum sitting next to me that hasn't showered in a year. Bump, bump, bump. Everybody rides the bus. Bump, bump, bump. I remember that. And eat it. Yes. Weird Al Yankovic. I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, what else do we have? Oh, we had a very nice call from somebody to tell me, let's see. Hey, it's Jessica again from your loan processing team. We've been trying to reach you regarding your loan approval status. What loan approval? I didn't ask for any loan. I didn't want any loan. Oh, man. It's just the crap calls you get all day. It is truly amazing how many garbage calls you get out there. Anyway. Big O in the Heat Bible, Jimmy Butler is the snake that told Adam and Eve to eat the apple. Lowry is the apple. And have a better one for Jimmy. That sounds about right. I believe the song is mixed with Living on a Prayer. Oh, okay. So there is an actual like decent Bon Jovi song. The good thing is they probably use Bon Jovi's old voice, right? Because he doesn't have one now. So he certainly can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Which wide receiver coach would intrigue you? I have no idea, sir. A hard ass would intrigue me. That's what would intrigue me. A hard ass is what that group needs. That group needs a dick. They need a jerk. They need an asshole. They need a guy that isn't going to take any crap whatsoever. That's who they need. And hopefully they'll get it. All right, folks, we're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be at Hialeah Park. We'll have, let's see, David Furones, I think he'll join us on Friday. Tomorrow, no, we have nobody tomorrow. Well, Steve Calabro will join us. He'll have the wise guy picks. He did good this week. Who else? Well, and maybe, I don't know. I haven't been scheduling any guests. I haven't been trying at all, to be quite honest. So I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a guest. I'm not sure. But definitely Friday we'll have, what's it called? Manny Navarro and David Furones will join us on Friday. Tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, is your number listed on the National Do Not Call Registry? I don't know. I don't think so. Or maybe it is or something. I don't know what it is, but I get that shit all the time. And it's just terrible. Okay. I don't know. Send me whatever that is and I'll put it on there. I don't know what it is. I'm probably not on it. It's probably why my dumb ass is getting all those calls, Pat. Anyway, I appreciate all of you out there. If you visit our amazing sponsors, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so when you visit Caneswear, tell them that we sent you. If you visit Acura Pembroke Pines, please tell them that we sent you. Welton Rayom, call them, tell them that we sent you. If you made a donation, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit the like button. Many ways to support us. Hit the notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.